Quick, like and subscribe for insane luck in every game. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm back making another video, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the top 20 most valuable pets in BGS Infinity. So first things first, values change literally every day, so this is the list of the current, as of this day, top 20 most valuable pets. But even if you're watching this way in the future, it's always cool to go back and look at what things used to be worth. And one more thing, since this is a value video, I wanted to talk about untouched pets and why they're worth more, because a lot of people seem to have questions about this. If you don't care about why level 1 or 0 XP or untouched pets are worth more, just skip to this part of the video if you only care about the top 20 list. But I've been seeing a lot of comments pretty much every single time I talk about a low-level pet, or I trade for a low-level pet, or I accidentally put XP on a low-level pet. I always get so many questions about it, and there's also so many people that are like actually upset that some people want to pay more for low-level pets. But yeah, like, why are people so mad about a secret not being untouched? The people who care about them are weirdos. It's just a pet in an online game made of blocks. It's not something you should care about. It's the same pet, doesn't matter what level, the pet's the same with the same chances. Imaginary thing thought up by a load of clowns. So a lot of people either think you're just a clown if you acknowledge that untouched pets can be worth more, or they just don't understand why they're worth more. So let me just give an example. There are 8 mythic Dementors in the game, and only one of them is level 1. The other 7 are all max level. So the only one that is a low level can get more. And if you don't want to pay more for it, that's totally okay, but it's just a simple supply and demand thing. Like, it doesn't even matter if I agree or you agree with people paying more for untouched pets. It's literally just a supply and demand thing. If untouched pets are way more rare because 90% of pets are leveled up to max level, and you cannot unlevel a pet, you can only level it up. You can't take the levels off. So if people want to pay more for rare versions of pets that aren't leveled up when most of them are, there's literally nothing anyone can do about it. It's just a simple supply and demand thing. You can call it stupid and nerdy and a clown thing and call people weirdos all day, but it's just a supply and demand thing. It doesn't make you like a huge nerd in a pixel game. I mean, we're all playing a pixel game here. If people want to pay more for a low-level pet because most of the pets are leveled, it's just a rarer version of the pet pretty much. If you don't care to pay for low-level pets, you don't have to. Just trade for max-level pets and people won't try to upcharge you. But the bottom line is, if some people are willing to pay more for untouched pets, the people with the untouched pets are simply just going to want more. They're just going to trade them to the people that will pay more if you don't want to pay more. So if you don't care about untouched pets, just trade for max level pets. My point is, there's nothing that anyone can do about it, no matter how much you think it's stupid or weird or nerdy or whatever to care about untouched pets. The point is, if some people are willing to pay more for them, then the people with the pets are just going to trade it to the people that pay more. It's just a simple supply and demand thing. You can't make people not want to pay more for a rarer version of a pet. That's pretty much all I wanted to say, because a lot of people don't even understand why pets can be worth more at a low level, or completely untouched with no XP on that. I just wanted to explain why for the people that are confused, and for the people that are mad, there's nothing that anyone can do about it. If there's a demand for it, then there's a demand for it. Nobody can change that. Okay, so now time to get into the top 20. So first things first, I wanted to do some honorable mentions because there are some certain pets that don't have exact values. So the first honorable mention is Shiny Mythic Seraph. Nobody really knows the exist count of Seraph or Avernus. Those are like completely lost. And there's only a couple Shiny Mythic Seraph owners, but the regular Mythic Seraph is only worth 4,500. It's not that valuable. So nobody really knows what the Shiny Mythic is worth. So that's just an honorable mention. Also, stuff like Shiny Mythic King Doggy and Overlord are constantly dropping and there's barely anybody with them, so it's also really hard to determine the value for stuff like that. And like shiny mythic luminosity, the shiny mythic secret pet from the season 2 pass, there's only 2 of them right now, or there was only 2 days ago, but there could still be more hatched, so it's not really like an owner's choice pet yet, unless no more get hatched. But like mythic luminosity, that's in the honorable mentions. It's kind of one of the most valuable pets in the game right now, but it's super unstable, and there could be another 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 hatched, so it doesn't really have a set value. Okay, so now that the honorable mentions are done, in the 20th place, we have Shiny Dawaddle, worth around 7,000 value. And if you guys use a different value list that does values on a slightly different scale, that's why my values might look higher or lower than what you're used to. This is the value list I use. So for anyone wondering, those are the values that I'm going off of. And then for number 19, we have the Giant Choco Chicken, worth around 8,000. This was actually tied with the Lord Shock yesterday, but now you need to add like a Dawaddle and a little bit more to get a GCC with a Lord Shock, because Lord Shock is currently dropping. But coming in at number 18, we have the Shiny Royal Trophy at 9,000 value. This is a somewhat common pet. I mean, it's kind of common for a shiny. It's got over 1,000 exist, but it's still pretty good value. It's a shiny limited secret worth 9,000. And then coming in at number 17, we have the Mythic Avernus, the Mythic Elite Soul, and the Easter Basket. They all get around 12,500 value right now. So yeah, a couple of these places are actually ties. So we got 3 different pets tied for number 17. And then coming in at number 16, we have the Godly Gem at 17,000 value. This pet was 1 in 250 million in the throwback egg. Really hard pet to get. I think there's like barely 2,000 of them, so it's got quite a bit of value. And then coming in at number 15 is the Silly Doggy, and this is currently rising, so if you're watching this video in the future, this pet will probably be worth more. It only has like 800 something exist, I'm pretty sure, worth 19,000 value. Pretty good pet. And then we have in number 14 the Mythic Royal Trophy at 22,000 value. The Royal Trophy is one of the easier pets to get in the game. It had like 15,000 hatched, but the Mythic version is quite a bit more rare. And then coming in at number 13, we have the Shiny Giant Choco Chicken, worth a little bit more than 3 times the regular Giant Choco Chicken, which is around what most of the shinies are worth. Unless it's a Robux pet, those are worth like 7 times for shinies. But yeah, and then coming in at number 12, we have the Shiny Easter Basket at 39,000 value, worth just a little more than 3 times the regular Easter Basket. And then coming in at number 11, this is currently the hardest chance pet to ever get in the game, the Dementor. It was 1 out of 1 billion from the throwback egg a couple weeks ago, and it's worth 46,000 value. The Dementor currently only has like 500 exist. I think it's like 510. Really, really rare pet, especially for a regular version, because the regular version was 1 in a billion. It was really hard to get. So yeah, one of the best pets in the game, and now we're in the top 10. So number 10 is the Shiny Godly Gem, worth 49,000. Like I said, the regular Godly Gem was in the same egg as the Dementor, and the Shiny Godly Gem gets around 3 regular Godly Gems, kind of like most of the shiny secrets. And then coming in at number 9 is Man-Face God. So Man-Face God was the very first limited secret rift, and there's only 199 exist. Man-Face God is going to forever be one of the rarest secrets in the entire game, and yes, it is limited for the few people that still think that Man-Face God is coming back for some reason. It is limited. Same thing with the Silly Doggy. Isaac confirmed it many times. But yeah, coming in at number 9, like I said, Man-Face God, less than 200 exist, secret pet, from the very first secret limited rift. 51,000 value. And then coming in at number 8, we have the shiny mythic Avernus at 52,000 value. It just can barely get more than a man-face god. But I don't know how long that will last, considering how bad Avernus has been doing. The regular mythic Avernus went from like 20-something thousand value all the way down to 12.5 thousand. That's why the regular mythic Avernus is way down in 17th place with the Easter basket. So yeah, the shiny mythic Avernus worth 52,000, just a tiny bit more than man-face god right now, but I don't think that that will last for very long. Because another little thing, we're never going to know the exist count of Avernuses or Seraphs. Isaac confirmed that the data is completely lost on those. So yeah, shiny mythic Avernus, 52,000 value, coming in at number 8. And then coming in at number 7, now we're getting into the really big stuff. So number 7, mythic Easter basket, worth 145,000 value. This pet can get 3 Dementors and adds. It can almost get 3 man-face gods. Yeah, the mythic Easter basket is really rare. I think there's only 40-something exist. It just doesn't have the best demand, sadly. And that's why coming in at number 6, the mythic giant Choco Chicken is worth a little bit more. It's worth 165,000, when the mythic Easter basket's worth 145. Now, the mythic GCC was easier to get. If you guys remember, the Easter basket was 1 in 100 million. The giant Choco Chicken was 1 in 50 million. But it turns out the mythic giant Choco Chicken looks really, really cool. It has insane demand. So even though the mythic giant Choco Chicken, I think, has like 50 exist, it's like 8 or 9 or 10 more exist than mythic Easter basket. And it was an easier chance to get. But still, it's worth 20,000 value more than the Easter basket. Pretty much just because of demand. The mythic GCC is super cool because it's literally a chicken jockey. So yeah, coming in at number 6, mythic GCC, worth 165k. And then coming in at number 5, we have the shiny Dementor, worth between like 170 to 180k. Now, the shiny Dementor currently gets almost 4 Dementors, but sometimes it does get 4 Dementors. So that's why I say like 170 to 180k. Sometimes it gets almost 4 Dementors, like a little more than 3.5, and then sometimes it gets 4 Dementors. So yeah, shiny Dementor, it only has like 24 exist, or like really low. I think it's 24 or 25. So yeah, 180,000 value, and like I said, we are in the top 5. So coming in 4th place is the mythic Godly Gem. The mythic Godly Gem is 200,000 value, which makes sense considering it only has like 24 exist. One of the best looking pets in the game, in my opinion. I think it looks super cool. It's a really big purple Godly Gem. It looks a lot like the same color as the gems in the game. Yeah, one of my favorite looking pets, honestly. And now we are in the top 3. So coming in 3rd place is the mythic Silly Doggy. And I would say that this is worth between 300 and 360,000, because the mythic Silly Doggy is also a limited, and it's 12 exist. 12 exist mythic secret. Literally as rare as the Leviathan from the original BGS. I'm pretty sure the Leviathan had 11 or 12 exist, and then the OG giant robot had 8. So yeah, one of the absolute craziest, most rare pets in the game. It currently almost gets 2 shiny Dementors, and like I said, shiny Dementor is like 170 to 180k, because it gets almost 4 regular Dementors. So yeah, the mythic Silly Doggy gets between like 6 to 8 regular Dementors, And Dementor, like I said, is 46,000. So the mythic silly doggy, it's currently one of the most insane pets in the game. 12 exist. And then coming in at number 2, this pet is as rare as the OG giant robot with 8 exist. The mythic Dementor, and this is worth over $500,000 value. The mythic Dementor is literally 8 exist, just as rare as the OG giant robot from the first game, like I said. And that was the absolute craziest pinnacle pet in the OG BGS. The mythic Dementor currently gets 3 shiny Dementors, and like I said, shiny Dementor gets like almost 4, sometimes 4 regular Dementors. So the mythic Dementor gets 12 regular Dementors, or it can get like 10 man-face gods. Absolutely insane. The mythic Dementor, if you have that pet, you are practically a giant robot owner. Mythic Dementor is kind of like the giant robot of this game. So yeah, we still have one more place left, and you're probably wondering what can be more rare than pretty much the giant robot of the game. So coming in at number 1, we actually have a sort of tie. And the only reason we have a tie is because both of these pets are owner's choice. And if you don't know what owner's choice means, it means there's so few owners that they can just pick whatever price they want, or nobody in the entire game can get the pet. They can pretty much ask for whatever they want, and people have to pay it, otherwise they're just the owners of the rarest pets in the game forever. So these 2 pets currently are shiny mythic giant Choco Chicken with only 4 exist. So the few owners could literally hop into a Fortnite squad together and say, we're not trading these pets unless we get 2 million value each. Like, they could literally ask for whatever they want, and if nobody wants to give it, they don't have to trade their pet. So the first pet, like I said, shiny mythic GCC with 4 exist, and the other owner's choice pet that's tied for the number 1 most valuable pet in the game right now is the mythic man-face god. This has 2 exist. So yeah, shiny mythic GCC with 4 exist, and mythic man-face god with 2 exist. These are pretty much the only 2 owner's choice pets in the game. They could easily get over $1 million value for a mythic man-face god. The mythic Dementor gets $500,000 value with 8 exist, so I feel like those pets could get over $1 million value each. So yeah, that's the list, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're watching way in the future, I bet it's also fun to go back and watch this video. I'm probably going to do the same thing myself in like 3 months or 6 months when there's way more pets in the game. I'm probably going to come back and watch this and see how different the values are, because I bet they change quite a bit in the next 6 months or so. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be back making some more videos very soon right after this one, so if you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below any more videos you want to see in the future, and subscribe if you have not already with notifications on if you want to know when I go live or upload again. I'll see you on the next one very soon. Peace out, everybody.